Hi everyone, this is Kate Warnock coming to you from the GuideWell Innovation CoRE. We're here with a very special guest and I'm very excited to bring you Miss Ami Brannon. Amy, welcome.
Thank you, Kate. Nice to be here.
So Amy is the CEO of a really great named company called Nervana. So Amy, I want you to tell us more about your company and then we'll get a little bit more into your background. So let's start with Nervana. Tell us a bit about it.
Okay. Nervana is an innovative company that started with, we have two original founders that are brothers, Daniel and Richard Cartledge. They're both physicians. And I worked with one of them for a very long time at the hospital. I'm also a nurse. So as in my role at the hospital, I actually was in administration and ran a lot of the business elements of my area of the hospital. And one of the physicians is also an inventor. And he said one day, he said, "We have to go into business together. You could totally run one of my companies." And I said, "Well, I guess I could." You know, that's what I did every day. Healthcare is definitely a business. But also he had a wonderful idea that his brother, who's an interventional pain doctor, came up with, that stimulating the vagus nerve actually elicits these great feelings of well-being. So
let's talk a little bit more
Okay.
about that. So stimulating the vagus nerve. First of all, tell us about the vagus nerve.
Okay. The vagus nerve actually is VAGUS, not
Okay.
VEGAS, but it starts at the brainstem, and it's actually the longest nerve in your body, and it pretty much controls your parasympathetic nervous system, which is that rest and relax side of your nervous system. So when you stimulate it, and just with this gentle electrical signal, there's a branch that goes into the ear, and that's where we access the vagus nerve.
So you have the device that you and Nervana developed
Yes.
right here with us, and I was hoping maybe you could demonstrate what is it and how does it work?
Sure, absolutely. It's pretty simple, and this is our device. We call it Generation 1. We are a new company. We just came out with this. So the signal actually comes through this one earbud, which goes into the left ear. Okay, and so they look a little bit different. They're marked differently. The left one is blue. You can use this with your music.
Maybe before you do, go ahead and show the camera what your device looks like.
Sure. Okay, so this is the device. This is the generator. It's very simple format. We wanted to give people actually something a little less technical, just with buttons.
Okay.
So simple to use, power button, and then there are options. You can use this with music or without. We call it formula mode.
Okay.
So sometimes you just don't want any sound at all, but it will still send an electrical signal at a predetermined algorithm.
Okay.
So just in a little pattern. So the select button selects your options. And then the intensity of the signal goes from 2 to 25. So there are a lot of numbers just because we want a lot of steps so that each intensity level is just a little bit above the last one.
Okay.
There are no big jumps. So with these two up and down arrows, you can select the intensity. The signal starts off as something a little bit warm, and then it gets a little tingly, and if it feels strong, then you can just turn it back down.
Okay, so you were beginning to describe the different earpieces and
Yes.
and which does what.
Right. So the left earbud here has actually conductive silicone in the actual earbud. There's an electrode underneath there. They're replaceable, and we have 5 different sizes.
Okay.
Because the fit is really important. So what we've learned, people have been really, really great while we've been demoing this, but everyone has a different size ear canal. So we originally had 3 sizes, now we have 5 to accommodate much smaller and larger size ear canals. So this just goes right into the ear, just like that, just like you're listening to music.
Right.
The right one doesn't send a signal, but it does have music also,
Okay.
and that's it.
So if I wanted to connect the two devices, because you said that if I wanted to listen to my own music, that was an option.
Yes.
So how would I go ahead and do that?
So what you do is you just need, it will come with a cable
Okay.
similar to this, just maybe a little shorter, and you just connect it into your headphone jack, like that, and into the device.
Okay.
Into the Nervana product just like that. And that sends the music signal to Nervana, to the generator.
Does it make a difference what kind of music? So if I'm going to listen to, maybe a playlist that I listen to while I run versus a playlist that I'm going to listen to when I'm just trying to chill out, is there a different impact on the signal that's sent?
It's a little bit, but it's based on the frequency of the music.
Okay.
So the signal follows along and it grabs a hold of the music basically. So anything that has a little bit of a higher frequency, 100 hertz and above, is what we're able to really send a stronger signal with. Otherwise, it still sends a signal, it's just not as strong.
Okay, so let's say that you have the headphones on, you've got the music playing. What's happening inside my body that's going to make me want to do this?
So there are two things. So one is the actual physical sensation of the signal going into your ear canal. So just touching the skin, which is a little tingly. It actually feels good. But in addition to that, the stimulation of that vagus nerve sends we'll call him, it's a messenger. So it's like, it's the road to the pleasure center in the brain. So the theory is that it's releasing these neurotransmitters, the feel-good messengers of the body, and you start feeling relaxed. It knocks the stress off. Some people talk about being very focused, and they just have a really overwhelming sense of well-being.
How about it? So I know that you mentioned that one of your founders is actually a pain physician, pain management physician.
Yes.
Is that why he went into developing this sort of device? Is this meant to replace maybe other therapies or enhance the therapies that you might be on?
We feel like it's going to enhance.
Okay.
So, at this point, there are so many products coming into the market that are electrical in nature. That people are trying different things that are non-chemical, non-pharmaceutical, anything that's not going to impair, to let you still function on a daily basis without feeling really under the influence of something. So this, we feel, will be an adjunct. It's something for everyone's toolkit. Some people use meditation. This is actually very similar to the effects of meditation.
Very good to know. So, so we're familiar with wearable devices, and people are doing more of this quantified self-movement. Is this something that fits in that category, or is this really maybe even outside of that? Right.
Well, so both, because the wearable devices right now, the most wearable devices take information from you. Right? So we know how well we sleep, how poorly we sleep. We know how many steps we walked. We know all kinds of things. But there isn't a lot that actually delivers anything to you. And that's what we want to be. We want to be the wearable device that actually gives you something.
That's a pretty novel idea, isn't it?
Yes.
So Amy, I think that today's a very exciting day for your company, isn't it? Because this is the first time that people will be able to buy this for themselves. So why don't you tell us where they can find it?
Right, thank you. So we are launching our Indiegogo campaign today. So this is where it's our launch platform. Won't be shipping until June, but this is the part where we're taking pre-orders and getting support for the company, let people know about us, let people learn about the technology, learn about the product. And we are so excited. We've gotten an overwhelming response from the community at large. And we've gotten a lot of organic coverage from bloggers, from people all across the world. I get emails every day from people who are interested and just really excited to try the technology.
Well, Amy, I know that Nervana was here at the launch of our GuideWell Innovation CoRE, and so up until now, this is the only place that anyone would be able to visit and really see and hold this and even begin to experience it for themselves. So a really auspicious start for both our companies.
It really is.
We open our center and you launch on Indiegogo. And again, go ahead and just tell everybody exactly the spelling so that they can find it real easily and find it on Indiegogo.
Great. It's Nervana, Nervana, and we hope you love it. We know it's going to be great.
All right, so if they can find it on Indiegogo, you also have a website where they could obviously learn a lot more about the device and your company. So where can they go?
Right. That is Experience Nervana, Nervana, all one word.com.
Perfect. All right. Well, Amy, thank you for joining us here at the Innovation Studio. My name is Kate Warnock. Thank you so much for watching.